The Good Neighbor Network, WGNS, Murfreesboro, Smyrna. Voted Tennessee's top station for excellence in broadcasting.
Josh Moss with Affordable Heating and Cooling provides residential HVAC and duct cleaning services to the Middle Tennessee area. With more than 20 years of experience, Josh Moss and the AHC team provide 24/7 service and take care to ensure whatever work you need done is done in a professional, timely manner. Contact AHC at 615-745-1676. That's 615-745-1676. Or go to their website at affordableheatingandcoolingtn.com.
Most people know that their insurance can provide them with coverage for the many life's mishaps. But I can help you also unlock discounts, save money, and get benefits with Farmers Insurance policy perks. Whether we're discussing home or auto insurance, I am here to help you understand these great perks. Call me, Mark Lewis, at 615-625-7070 for a quote, and you can get a whole lot of something with Farmers policy perks.
We are Farmers. Bum, 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 bum.
Not available in every state. Only available select Farmers branded policies underwritten by Farmers Truck or Fire Insurance Exchanges or affiliate.
Want a flawless look without the wait? Step into the Vanity Zone in Smyrna, where upscale style meets everyday convenience. Specializing in precision cuts, color services, waxing, and more for men, women, and kids. All delivered by highly trained stylists with an eye for detail. And don't miss the signature hot towel refresher, the perfect finishing touch that leaves you feeling clean, relaxed, and ready for anything. Walk in or book now. The Vanity Zone in Smyrna. Looking your best is always in style.
At Dr. Automotive in Smyrna, we're committed to providing local car owners with top-notch auto repair services. With over 2 decades of experience, our ASC certified master technicians are experts in both foreign and domestic vehicles, ensuring accurate diagnosis and timely, cost-effective repairs. From oil changes to major engine and transmission repairs, we've got the cure for your car. Dr. Automotive, keeping your car running smoothly mile after mile. Visit our website, smyrnaautorepair.com.
Hey, Middle Tennessee, it's Mark from the Safe House. Can I have your attention, please? I have an important announcement. Our president has a backbone. Thank you, President Trump. We sleep better knowing our country is protected. And speaking of protection, criminals laugh when you purchase a fake safe from a big box store. There's no better time than now than to visit the Safe House and see what a real safe looks like. Rebates now through the end of July on select brands. Our brands include Liberty, Fort Knox, and Browning. Drop by one of our locations or go to NashvilleSafeHouse.com. And remember, we don't just sell safes, we sell peace of mind.
AFFI is Middle Tennessee's premier choice for pest, wildlife, and moisture control. They specialize in those difficult and unique cases. You can reach them by phone at 615-300-2395. That's 615-300-2395. Or stop in at 200 Glenrose Lane in Smyrna.
My wife and I enjoy going by Yard Sale Inc. We usually go to both locations, the one in Smyrna as well as the one in Murfreesboro. A lot of times on Saturday mornings we stop by, and their inventory changes weekly, so you never know what you're going to see, and it's mostly open box. The name fits it. It's exactly that. It's a yard sale. If you don't totally agree with the price, the staff is always friendly and nice and willing to work with you.
That's the Yard Sale store in Smyrna at 111 Enon Springs Road West, in Murfreesboro at 204 South Front Street, and online at bestdealintown.com.
Hello, I'm Roger, one of the tour guides at Sam Davis Home, 1399 Sam Davis Road in Smyrna. To learn more about Sam Davis, Smyrna's boyhood hero, we offer tours Monday through Saturday, 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. No reservations required. To book a wedding, creek house rental, field trip, or any other event, contact Jenny Lamb, our director, at director@samdavishome.org. Visit our Facebook page or give us a call at 615-459-2341.
Hey, I'd like to tell you guys about Crusader Auto Works in Smyrna. About 4 years ago, we bought this facility. It's about a 25,000 square foot facility that handles all your automotive needs in the Smyrna, Tennessee marketplace. Everything from collision to full auto service and classic car restorations and customs. And so I think we're one of the only locations in Middle Tennessee, anywhere of that size and that capability that can handle any car need that you have, whether it's a modern day car, sports car, or a classic car of any kind. We can take care of what you need at Crusader Auto Works. Hey, I'd like to tell you guys about Crusader Auto Works in Smyrna. About 4 years ago, we bought this facility. It's about a 25,000 square foot facility that handles all your automotive needs in the Smyrna, Tennessee marketplace. Everything from collision to full auto service and classic car restorations and customs. And so I think we're one of the only locations in Middle Tennessee, anywhere of that size and that capability that can handle any car need that you have, whether it's a modern day car, sports car, or a classic car of any kind. We can take care of what you need at Crusader Auto Works.
Hi, this is Allie Dowenhauer with Isaiah 117 House. Isaiah 117 House provides physical and emotional support for children awaiting foster care placement here in Rutherford County. We are changing the way foster care begins, and those kiddos are brought to our house to hang out and wait for a foster family, and they're given everything they need. We support foster children, DCS, and foster families here in Rutherford County. Visit us at www.isaiah117house.com or visit our Facebook page, Isaiah 117 House, Rutherford County.
Josh Moss with Affordable Heating and Cooling provides residential HVAC and duct cleaning services to the Middle Tennessee area. With more than 20 years of experience, Josh Moss and the AHC team provide 24/7 service and take care to ensure whatever work you need done is done in a professional, timely manner. Contact AHC at 615-745-1676. That's 615-745-1676. Or go to their website at affordableheatingandcoolingtn.com.
Most people know that their insurance can provide them with coverage for the many life's mishaps, but I can help you also unlock discounts, save money, and get benefits with Farmers Insurance policy perks. Whether we're discussing home or auto insurance, I am here to help you understand these great perks. Call me, Mark Lewis, at 615-625-7070 for a quote, and you can get a whole lot of something with Farmers policy perks.
We are farmers. Bum, 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 bum.
Not available in every state. Only available with select Farmers branded policies underwritten by Farmers Truck or Fire Insurance Exchanges or affiliate.
Want a flawless look without the wait? Step into the Vanity Zone in Smyrna, where upscale style meets everyday convenience. Specializing in precision cuts, color services, waxing, and more for men, women, and kids. All delivered by highly trained stylists with an eye for detail. And don't miss the signature hot towel refresher, the perfect finishing touch that leaves you feeling clean, relaxed, and ready for anything. Walk in or book now the Vanity Zone in Smyrna. Looking your best is always in style.
Is your car running like a dream, or does it need a little TLC? At Dr. Automotive in Smyrna, we treat your vehicle like it's one of our own. Let's hear what some customers have to say about Dr. Automotive.
Been coming to them ever since he opened up. Good family. I recommend other people to get them repaired here because I knew they would do it and do it right. Been happy to send people to him because I trust what he does so much.
We're crazy about him. It's all about the doctor.
For quality care you can trust, visit Dr. Automotive in Smyrna. We've got the cure for your car.
Portions of our programming have been pre-recorded. The Good Neighbor Network, WGNS, Murfreesboro, Smyrna. Flagship station for MTSU Sports. The views and opinions on this show are those of the hosts, guests, and callers, and are not necessarily those of WGNS, its management, other hosts, or advertisers.
This is Conversations with Mike Sparks.
Are you concerned with the state of America, your state, your community? Then you're in the right place. State Representative Mike Sparks. He and guests are here to talk about local politics, history, faith, and freedom.
Mike Sparks and your host Mike Sparks. Producers Connor and Bo, how y'all doing? Good. Everything good? And how old are you? Just 16? Man, life's gonna go by fast, young man, won't it, Roger?
Oh yeah.
Man, you remember when you were 16?
Yeah, some stuff.
What were you doing? Hang out East 4 Ramp, listen to your brothers?
You don't give a.
Never gets old.
It never
I bet
does.
there's only 5 people even know what we're talking about. It's got to be old school.
Yeah.
Who would that be?
Lori and Rooster would know.
Rooster Bean would know.
Yeah.
Who else? Well, Kenneth Barrett. Is Kenneth Barrett know?
I'm sure he would know professionally.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. Did he hang out with y'all back in the day?
No, but my uncle was his fix-it man for his dad. His dad and my uncle were good friends.
Oh, Kenneth?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, yeah. You know, the Barretts are kin to everybody.
Yeah, that's what Keith said.
Everybody's got a little Barrett in them.
Yeah.
Lloyd Barrett, Brian Barrett,
Yeah.
John Barrett, Mike Barrett. A lot of Barretts out there. You know? Anyways, how you been doing? How's your week?
Doing good, doing good. Had the grandbabies. Remember I called you, got a little advice from you the other day?
From me. I need to be calling you. You got more grandbabies than I do.
Well, yeah, but I had 2 at one time. I never done that.
Oh, man. Yeah, we had them other night. Yeah.
It wasn't good.
My little grandbaby, Grace, she comes over to me. She goes, Papa. She said, I want Paw Patrol Tower. So I've been looking for a Paw Patrol Tower. If anybody's got a Paw Patrol Tower, let me know. They're expensive.
Yeah, we were looking for I guess a bar after hours layoff. No.
A drink.
No, it was hard. 4.5-year-old and 2 competitive.
Oh man, they're
the whole time.
But don't grandkids just change your entire?
Oh yeah. Then when
life?
they're gone for 2 minutes, you miss them.
Oh, I miss them. Oh yeah. Henry, it's funny, you know, but it really like I walked in the day and he's just what. Year and a half comes running. Papa comes running over and grabs me, hugs me. I mean, you know, it just changes you.
Oh yeah.
You know, I think I'm the only one in our delegation that's got grandkids, man. I think if every person who served in office had grandkids, life would be a little different. I think they'd vote a little different. I think they'd have a different mannerisms about them. Because man, they will. I mean, my grandbaby, she knows how to play me. She'll come sit on my lap and she'll look at me. She'll do a little eyes, Papa, will you do this? And I'm like, yes, ma'am.
Well, Mike, keep a can of whipped cream in your fridge.
Mm-hmm.
That's always a good one to calm them down.
Yeah.
They were acting a little wild. So, my wife, I put a little bit into 2 bowls to put in there.
Yeah.
And my little 2-year-old was looking away at my 4.5-year-old swap bowls with her.
Oh, really?
Yeah. She looked like she didn't eat all of hers. She ate hers too.
The other day I spoke at the Baskin Robbins, Ankit Patel over there, Publix, Southeast Broad. And
it was $1.37 ice cream.
$1.31 a cone. Man, that place was rocking.
Yeah.
Hey, I've never seen a ribbon cutting as successful as that.
What was that big main prize he kept talking about? What was
a pint of ice cream for a week? You know, but everybody won. You spun it, you won something. You know, but they hooked me up with the big old cone waffle thing and a bowl and.
Was you able to carry the thing back with you? Was it too hot?
Yeah, I carried the ice cream. He gave me a big thing of ice cream, and got it for. I told my grandbabies, I said, I got y'all. Surprise, and really they're not supposed to eat ice cream, you know. And so
I'm not supposed to what I'm telling you.
She was asking like, "What's my surprise? Where's my surprise?" And anyways, so I put them in the little ice cream, and my wife got these little bowls with a straw in them. You seen them bowls got a straw built in?
No,
it's really pretty cool. And
we ain't fancy like the like the Sparks.
When I put a little milk in it and ended up making a milkshake, so my grandson was able to just drink out of the bowl.
Okay.
Anyways, you know, yesterday I want to give a shout out to my Indian friends. I spoke at probably about 2,000 Indians at their 80th India celebration where they broke away from Great Britain.
Really?
And oh man, you talk about the sweetest people. That's my 15th Indian event I've spoke at. Crazy.
Oh, yeah.
It's just, you know, I'm like, am I really speaking?
You went to that parade in Nashville last year.
I was at the parade too, you know, and I mean, they're very humble, probably the most humble people I've ever met. I mean, and just, you know, they always say the way the man's heart's to feed him. Mm-hmm. Man, after that, they're over there. The president come by. Well, he's president last year. He's like, Mike, you want anything to eat? Man, they're hooking me up. And got Marty Luffman something, brought Marty something home. Keep him in your prayers. He was, you know, not doing too good yesterday. You know, Marty's had some challenges.
Yeah, Marty's a tough dude, man.
Oh, he's tough.
He's a rodeo guy. He's a lot tougher.
Faller Offer is what they nicknamed him.
Marty probably.
If you Google YouTube, Marty Luffman Faller Offer, you'll see him flip off a whole horse and stuff.
Marty, if you're listening, that ain't me doing that. Don't get me.
Yeah.
I saw you practice with your gun, so what?
Oh, he's pretty good. He was on his porch, I think, today shooting. But also, but shout out to, you know, we take our freedoms for granted in this country. Mm-hmm. These folks are patriotic. I mean, they're flying the American flag. Very loving people. I didn't see a bunch of bickering and fighting and the crap that I see going on in politics today. And just sweet, sweet folks. And very loving. But shout out to Bandish Patel and Bhavi Patel and others. Even Marty's caregiver nurse was there, Sepna Patel, and Rocky. And Sepna's just a sweet, sweet girl. But
Yeah, I met her, I think, at a cookout a year or two ago.
he's
over there.
fortunate to have them as caregivers, you know. But speaking of sweet people, I got Mark Lewis on the phone. Mark, how you doing?
Mike, I've been referred to as a lot of things in my lifetime. Sweet was never one of those things.
Yeah, I don't know if did I get to tell you I spoke at an Indian funeral the day? Did I tell you about that?
No, you didn't.
Oh man, I got to share Jesus in front of 300 Hindus, man. It was the wildest thing.
Wow.
I was telling about a dream my mom had, John 14:2, my father's house, many mansions, and anyways, they were so sweet. But I think I've told you that story. But I wanted you to call in and pay a tribute to our good friend Lee Ferris, and I know you've talked to his wife Carla the day, didn't you?
I did, and I talked to her Friday morning. Unfortunately, Lee was, we met Lee. I think you've been the one that invited him to our men's group 4 or 5 years ago. Yeah. And, Lee had PTSD and a few other things, from a training accident when he was in the military being a paratrooper and everything, and just had bunches of health problems over the years with it, But he had to come to our men's group one day, and he said he couldn't sleep, and I don't know if you remember that Saturday, Gerald Martin was there, and some of those guys, so we laid hands on him and prayed over him, and he calls me a couple of days later and said, man, that's the best sleep I've had in years after we prayed for him to get sleep and get the demons away from him so he could rest and all that, man. So it was pretty awesome to hear that testimony, and then I didn't realize he wasn't saved, and then a little while later he got saved, and I had the privilege of getting to baptize him one Sunday morning. And that, if there's any good thing, there's a couple of good things that happened. Unfortunately, we lost a brother really quickly, but, he died in his sleep, so he died peacefully,
Amen. Yes.
And, and we know he's saved, and we know we're going to see him again. So those are some things that make what we do.
Well, also the conference. Mention
good.
The conference.
Oh, yeah, and he was last Saturday, man, the men's conference in Nashville, man. There was 4,400 men at Belmont University in the basketball gym praising God, man. And Lee was one of those guys.
Yep.
And just a phenomenal time together. Matter of fact, they're already selling tickets for next year, and we've bought 50 for our Men of Hope already, and I've already got 5 of them sold.
Man, I didn't know that. I already bought one. Yep, I'd already bought one. I'll give mine to Roger. Man. Roger needs to go.
Well, I've already got people said they missed it this year. They won't miss it next year.
I really enjoyed it. Really did.
Oh, it was an awesome day, man, yeah.
Well, but Lee, the good thing about it, Men of Hope, Brother Kent Singleton, you, Mark Guthrie, even like Mike Saranoski, even making breakfast in the morning. And who else makes breakfast?
Nick Corbett.
Nick Corbett. Mm-hmm. And
Nick Corbett's another one.
But at that conference, I was kind of just watching. Man, it was a huge crowd, and I looked around and I said to myself, there'll be some people won't be here next year,
Yeah.
And but man, it was
physically won't be here because it won't be here on this planet no more. Yeah.
Well, you're touching lives, and how many guys are you up to now with Men of Hope?
Well, we have about 213 on our private mailing list. So these are people that actually said, "Hey, I want to hear from you." But we've been averaging 50 or so guys every Saturday, and that's not the same 50 guys every. We probably got about 70 that come normally. We end up with about a crowd of about 50 every Saturday. So that kind of works out because some people work on Saturdays and different things.
Well, it's pretty diverse group in there. Now, would you say all them guys there are in church, or some just aren't in church but they go there?
Well, yes, it's a little bit of everything. We've got a great group of folks, man. We have probably 50% of the people that are in Men of Hope don't go to Men of Hope, don't go to Hope Fellowship Church.
Yeah, that's true.
We've got some Catholics and some Baptists and some Methodists and some Church of Christ and some people that don't go to church anywhere are coming there on Saturday morning to learn about Jesus and learn what it means to be a man in this world as how God has ascribed us to be, So, it's just one of those things where if you want to come next Saturday morning at 7:30 at 1429 Lee Victory Parkway, come on. We don't care. You can. Doesn't matter where you at. You walk, or if you even got to walk at all. And what we're talking about don't make any sense. come and we'll show you what we're talking about.
What if you're a Hell's Angel member and you want to drive your Harley over there? Is that okay?
Come on, man. We got several guys in there that are Harley riders. They're not Hell's Angels, but they're Harley riders.
Hey, some of them may have been, in all honesty, there may be some former Hell's Angel members in there. There's a couple guys.
Well, there could be.
You know,
could be.
But they're great guys. What's that one guy? And I'm not calling his name out, but the guy that had the heart attack and gave his life to the Lord on the hospital bed.
Oh yeah, well yeah, Mike McIntyre. That's his name. Yeah, he about died in church service one Sunday morning. He wasn't saved at that point. But like 2 or 3 days when he was in the hospital, Kent Hayes and myself, lead CR, Celebrate Recovery there, went over and was talking with him, and he says, "Hey, you guys are late, man. I already gave my life to Jesus this afternoon, man, while I was here." And then we got him baptized shortly thereafter, you know. So he's, you know, it's just one of those things where we have an opportunity to share Christ with everybody we meet, you know. And this is one of those outlets we have with Men of Hope that people can come, and it's not, we're not going to be talking about how bad you are. We're going to talk about how bad we are as men and what we need to be doing as men.
Yeah.
And it doesn't matter where you're at in your walk. We can always learn how to love God better and love our neighbors better.
Well, I know he was touched. Is it Mike McIntyre is his name? Mike?
Yeah, Mike McIntyre.
I could tell he was touched at that conference of the day.
Oh, yeah.
Because he sat in front of me.
His life was changed by that, you know, man. And his ex-wife works for me, and they're still really close. And she says, I know that man was saved because I know how he was before that.
Well, I can usually get a sense of people, you know, that he was probably pretty wild back in the day. He probably hung out at East Fork Boat Ramp with Roger and his buddies, listening to the Doobie Brothers, driving the Gran Torinos.
He liked to have indulge in the brown bottle flu. He had the brown bottle flu.
Probably a little bit more than that. I'd say some other things too, but he's a great guy. If you talk to him, don't tell him about the Hell's Angel comment.
No, he's an awesome guy, man.
Don't forget me.
Next Sunday night, man, I'll be filling in for you, Mike.
Yeah.
I'll probably bring Mark Guthrie, so tell anybody wants to come back. We'll probably talk a little bit about that.
You're not going to talk about Jesus with no political incorrectness like that, are you?
That's right. Oh, you know I will.
We'll have some haters out there, man, trying to get us banned. The hate is out there, brother. I'm telling you.
You know the good thing about that. I don't have to be judged, and it doesn't matter what I say, but what Jesus says and what the Bible says is the ultimate authority on everything we do anyway. So
I like haters. I say let your haters be your elevators. You know.
That's right.
Jesus talked about haters. You know it.
That's one thing about the Scripture. It'll change people, man.
Oh, it really
will.
will.
Read the Bible, it will change you. Nobody's got to say nothing to you. It'll change you.
What I like here's what I like about that is we got a jail that's full out here, over capacity, 250, 300 inmates. Taxpayers are going to have to spend another 360. We see crime going up. We see a brokenness, a lack of fathers, addiction, so many areas. And one thing I like about the gospel, even if you don't believe it, when you see the manifestation of folks that their lives are changed. And Kenneth Barrett, our new sheriff, has seen that stuff. So is our new mayor-elect, Randy Allen. So, Mark, hats off to you and what you do for this community.
Well, hey, man, we're trying to reach this community one man at a time and one family at a time. And if we can do that, man, we're growing the kingdom and helping make disciples that make other disciples, man. That's what we're about doing. You know?
Planting seeds, brother. Thank you so much, man.
All right, brother. Have
See you Saturday, Mike.
We'll see you.
Yes, sir. We'll look forward to it, guys.
Sounds good, brother. Take care.
Anybody wants to come on.
All right, 7:30. Hope Fellowship, Lee Victor Parkway.
1429 Lee Victor Parkway. We'll see you 7:30.
All right, thank you, Mark.
All right, bye-bye.
We'll see you. Bo, won't we take a quick commercial break? And we come back, we're going to talk about a controversial subject, flock cameras and some of that area. And I've got Mayor Jason Cole Laverne coming up, and I've got Councilman Austin Maxwell. But when we come back, we're going to go into Mayor Glenn Jacobs and his thoughts. I think this was last week he talked about this, so it's kind of made national news. And I think a lot of Glenn Jacobs, he's been on the radio with us a couple times. He's been at my chili cook-off a couple times, and a great guy. And potentially could be our next senator. Could be.
If she wins governor, she can appoint. Correct?
Yep, he could be.
Okay.
I'm not saying it will be. I'm just saying it could be.
Good chance.
But let's go to commercial break. We'll be right back.
Josh Moss with Affordable Heating and Cooling provides residential HVAC and duct cleaning services to the Middle Tennessee area. With more than 20 years of experience, Josh Moss and the AHC team provide 24/7 service and take care to ensure whatever work you need done is done in a professional, timely manner. Contact AHC at 615-745-1676. That's 615-745-1676, or go to their website at affordableheatingandcoolingtn.com.
Most people know that their insurance can provide them with coverage for the many life's mishaps, but I can help you also unlock discounts, save money, and get benefits with Farmers Insurance policy perks. Whether we're discussing home or auto insurance, I am here to help you understand these great perks. Call me, Mark Lewis, at 615-625-7070 for a quote, and you can get a whole lot of something with Farmers policy perks.
We are farmers. Bum, 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 bum.
Not available in every state. Only available select Farmers branded policies underwritten by Farmers Truck or Fire Insurance Exchanges or affiliate.
Want a flawless look without the wait? Step into the Vanity Zone in Smyrna, where upscale style meets everyday convenience. Specializing in precision cuts, color services, waxing, and more for men, women, and kids. All delivered by highly trained stylists with an eye for detail. And don't miss the signature hot towel refresher, the perfect finishing touch that leaves you feeling clean, relaxed, and ready for anything. Walk in or book now. The Vanity Zone in Smyrna. Looking your best is always in style.
At Dr. Automotive in Smyrna, we're committed to providing local car owners with top-notch auto repair services. Let's hear what some customers have to say about Dr. Automotive.
I just really appreciate Danny and his whole team. I always feel like I'm going to get great service and the right outcome.
You just don't find any better people.
He's always been very good.
We've got the cure for your car. Dr. Automotive, keeping your car running smoothly mile after mile. Visit our website, smyrnaautorepair.com.
AFFI is Middle Tennessee's premier choice for pest, wildlife, and moisture control. They specialize in those difficult and unique cases. You can reach them by phone at 615-300-2395. That's 615-300-2395. Or stop in at 200 Glenrose Lane in Smyrna.
Hey, Middle Tennessee, it's Mark from the Safe House. Can I have your attention, please? I have an important announcement. Our president has a backbone. Thank you, President Trump. We sleep better knowing our country is protected. And speaking of protection, criminals laugh when you purchase a fake safe from a big box store. There's no better time than now than to visit the Safe House and see what a real safe looks like. Rebates now through the end of July on select brands. Our brands include Liberty, Fort Knox, and Browning. Drop by one of our locations or go to NashvilleSafehouse.com. And remember, we don't just sell safes, we sell peace of mind.
My wife and I enjoy going by Yard Sale Inc. We usually go to both locations, the one in Smyrna as well as the one in Murfreesboro. A lot of times on Saturday mornings we stop by, and their inventory changes weekly, so you never know what you're going to see, and it's mostly open box. The name fits it. It's exactly that. It's a yard sale. If you don't totally agree with the price, the staff is always friendly and nice and willing to work with you.
That's the Yard Sale store in Smyrna at 111 Enon Springs Road West, in Murfreesboro at 204 South Front Street, and online at bestdealintown.com.
Hello, I'm Roger, one of the tour guides at Sam Davis Home, 1399 Sam Davis Road in Smyrna. To learn more about Sam Davis, Smyrna's boyhood hero, we offer tours Monday through Saturday, 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. No reservations required. To book a wedding, creek house rental, field trip, or any other event, contact Jenny Lamb, our director, at director@samdavishome.org. Visit our Facebook page or give us a call at 615-459-2341.
Hey, I'd like to tell you guys about Crusader Auto Works in Smyrna. About 4 years ago, we bought this facility. It's about a 25,000 square foot facility that handles all your automotive needs in the Smyrna, Tennessee marketplace. Everything from collision to full auto service and classic car restorations and customs. And so I think we're one of the only locations in Middle Tennessee, anywhere of that size and that capability that can handle any car need that you have, whether it's a modern day car, sports car, or a classic car of any kind. We can take care of what you need at Crusader Auto Works.
Hi, Hi, this is Allie Dauenhauer with Isaiah 117 House. Isaiah 117 House provides physical and emotional support for children awaiting foster care placement here in Rutherford County. We are changing the way foster care begins, and those kiddos are brought to our house to hang out and wait for a foster family, and they're given everything they need. We support foster children, DCS, and foster families here in Rutherford County. Visit us at www.isaiah117house.com or visit our Facebook page, Isaiah 117 House, Rutherford County.
Josh Moss with Affordable Heating and Cooling provides residential HVAC and duct cleaning services to the Middle Tennessee area. With more than 20 years of experience, Josh Moss and the AHC team provide 24/7 service and take care to ensure whatever work you need done is done in a professional, timely manner. Contact AHC at 615-745-1676. That's 615-745-1676. Or go to their website at affordableheatingandcoolingtn.com.
Most people know that their insurance can provide them with coverage for the many life's mishaps, but I can help you also unlock discounts, save money, and get benefits with Farmers Insurance policy perks. Whether we're discussing home or auto insurance, I am here to help you understand these great perks. Call me, Mark Lewis, at 615-625-7070 for a quote, and you can get a whole lot of something with Farmers policy perks.
We are farmers. Bum, 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 bum.
Not available in every state. Only available with select Farmers branded policies underwritten by Farmers Truck or Fire Insurance Exchanges or affiliate.
Want a flawless look without the wait? Step into the Vanity Zone in Smyrna, where upscale style meets everyday convenience. Specializing in precision cuts, color services, waxing, and more for men, women, and kids. All delivered by highly trained stylists with an eye for detail. And don't miss the signature hot towel refresher, the perfect finishing touch that leaves you feeling clean, relaxed, and ready for anything. Walk in or book now the Vanity Zone in Smyrna. Looking your best is always in style.
These flock cameras are all the rage across the country. The danger with flock cameras is they're sold as license plate readers. We've had those for a long time. License plate reader, your car drives by. If it has a certain license plate number, stolen car, looking for a murderer, Amber Alert, it flags it. Hit, police know the car, pass that camera. Okay, they go look for it. Flock cameras do really the opposite. They collect every license plate. They make a digital fingerprint of your car, make, model, color, roof rack, bumper stickers. And the real danger is this. When they're deployed in large numbers, they essentially create a warrantless mass surveillance system because they can track your movements. What's interesting is the Supreme Court has already ruled against this sort of thing. 2018, there was a case reached in the Supreme Court, Carpenter versus the United States, in which the FBI had been warrantlessly collecting historic cell phone location data about this Carpenter guy. And the court said, you have to have a warrant to do that. Flock cameras are doing that, but they're doing that literally on steroids. They are a massive threat to our liberty, and it is just not compatible with the values of Americans.
Searching on ours,
All right, you're listening to Mayor Glenn Jacobs talking about flock cameras. That's kind of been out there a lot, Fox News and other areas. But my guest tonight, Laverne Mayor Jason Cole and Murfreesboro City Councilman Austin Maxwell. Welcome. How y'all doing?
Doing good.
Yeah. How's it going?
Going well, sir.
Yeah, y'all had some good news lately back with some of your crime in Laverne, haven't you?
Yeah, crime's gone down overall 7%, and it's predominantly due to staffing, and we've been increasing our staffing and then making sure that enforcement across the board is occurring. So, and they've been very proactive with drug-related crimes, but you've seen overall citywide 7%. You've seen robberies decrease by 25%. Injury-related traffic crashes are down, so it's, I mean, it's good numbers, what you want to hear.
What's that? What do you kind of credit to other than great police work? Anything else?
Well, we've got new leadership at the police department, and so we have Chief Mays, who's been here for about 2 years now, and 2-3 years, and he has completely upended the culture of the police department, and instead of just raising standards, he's setting whole new standards for the city.
Yes, and he's got an interesting background that we're mentioning off there.
Yes, he during his interview process, he brought up that he was training to be a priest.
Yes.
Beforehand, and
he's from Minnesota.
From Minnesota, it's where he is. It was his mother's birthday on Friday, so
oh wow,
he went to go celebrate with her, and
I think he was an altar boy.
So that, I don't know.
I'm pretty sure, because I often kid. I grew up Catholic, and my mom wanted me to be an altar boy, and I just didn't feel the Lord calling me to be an altar boy. I just didn't care to do it, But he told me he was an altar boy.
Okay,
that's pretty interesting, So he's got a faith background then,
yes,
which is good solid foundation. One thing, Austin, that I appreciate about Laverne, I think the day I got my driver's license, I was coming down Walden Road near Bridgestone. Back then it was 2-lane road. Got a ticket for speeding. I was giving somebody a ride home from Morrison's. Used to work at Morrison's, Hickory Hollow. But even last year, man, I was giving this nurse a ride. I know I've shared it with you. Nurse friend of ours, sadly her son got killed in a car wreck, and I had to be the one to call her. 17 years ago, she's up here when her son died. My wife was back there in the ER when she come walking back out with her. And that's always stayed with me, seeing as my son's best friend. Luckily, my son wasn't with him in the car. But her van kept breaking down, so I was giving her a ride from Smyrna to Una every day. Man, I'm going to tell you, that area from Murfreesboro Road to Una is crazy. Have you traveled it?
No.
Have you traveled it? Man, it's a different day. And if folks hadn't traveled, I traveled that when I was younger, 30 years ago. It's a totally different. I've seen people doing donuts in the center, just doing donuts near a bus stop. Scooters, just driving a scooter. I didn't realize them little scooters would go so fast. Running through there. I called THP to get them to have more troopers out there, because you didn't see much of Metro. Now, they built that new precinct by McDonald's up there, so I'm sure their presence is a little stronger. But I seen a video of the day on YouTube, and you just heard, it sounded like fireworks, just pop, 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 pop. And I look, I'm assuming this is Detroit, L.A. It was up there in Antioch, right there by Crystals. I seen Crunch Fitness in the background, because I go up there a little bit. About a year, was it 6 months ago, Roger, I was telling you? About 6 cars broken into.
You're showing the glass in the parking lot.
Oh, yeah. Windows all broke out. But one thing I appreciate about y'all, Laverne, and your chief, is that y'all got a strong law enforcement presence over there, no doubt.
We do. They were hanging out with us a little while today with the Laverne High School ribbon cutting.
Yeah,
the new annex, and so
they're
out there, and they're active in the community. They're not just out patrolling, dealing with crime. They're making their presence felt throughout the community, so that the community as a whole are more comfortable with them.
Yep. The Austin, congratulations on your reelection.
Thank you. Thank you.
I knew you'd be fine.
I'm glad it's over.
Now did you hear me talk about our friend Lee Ferris that just passed away? He was an Army veteran. He was
very unfortunate.
He was teacher at Smyrna West Alternative School. He was also on the Tennessee Alternative Education Committee, so they'll be looking for a replacement. If there's any folks that have a heart for that area, they could apply. But he was my kind of a go-to guy about alternative school stuff, and childhood behavior, because, man, these kids today, it's a different day. You talk to any school teacher, well, your wife's school board chairman, and we hear it from teachers all the time.
Well, it's a different day. It's a different age. When we have these, phones that are a huge distraction. You have a lot of single moms and single dads, and it's I guess I used to call them latchkey kids. Like you come home, mom and dad are still at work, and there's you got to have that parental element to keep these kids out of trouble.
Yeah. Did you get in any trouble when you were a kid?
You know, I did.
Did
I guess I was in the 8th grade. Rex Tewksbury was the principal at Bearden Junior High School when I'd mouthed off to a science teacher.
Yeah.
Imagine that, me running my mouth.
Yep.
And got up there in front of Rex, and he says, all right, I can call your mama or I can give you 5 licks. He goes, what do you want?
5?
I said, I'll take the 5. I don't want to deal with mama.
They say that you could still do that. That's what I've always been told. Maybe Claire could ask about that.
I don't know.
One of my interns, great girl a few years ago, she said her dad was a police officer, her mom was a school teacher. And at Smyrna High School, she said they signed a form that said, do you want us to call your parents or do you want, like, on punishment?
You want the licks.
And she said, I'm not getting no trouble. She's one of my best interns ever, but she had that discipline at home. But she also had the father there at home. But I had a lady call me the other day that, she may not share her name, but she's in a Bible study, and she's president of one of our organizations back in Smyrna Laverne, and she was telling about the Bible study. I guess there's a couple school bus drivers, and the drivers were complaining about kids coming off the school buses smelling like marijuana. And I think the driver talked to the young man. The young man said, well, my mom smokes marijuana every morning. So it's like, what do you do? So,
yeah.
I was asking her about doing a ride along. I'm going to try to do a ride along, but, speaking of cameras, I'm guessing these school buses have cameras on them now.
I believe that they just went through pretty big discussion. I believe there are cameras on there. You'd actually have to ask Claire that.
Claire.
But I want to say there's some sort of cameras on there from a discipline standpoint. Jason?
I've been having some discussions because we've gotten complaints about people driving around some school buses when the signs are out, and so they have cameras interior, but they don't have any exterior. And so it would be good in the long term to see exterior ones, because then you have people who are, basically putting those lives in jeopardy. You can easily get that reported over to the police.
Yeah. Back in the day, back when we were younger, how old are you, Austin?
I'll be 60 in October, Mike.
Where'd you grow up?
Knoxville.
It was a different
I worked
day.
at Morrison's cafeteria.
Did
too.
you really?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I worked at Morrison. I lied about my age to get on. Used to have to bum rides all the way to
It's the
Hickory
best
Hollow.
deal in the world. You get a free meal before you
Man, I'm
clocked
gonna
in.
tell you, but it was hard work.
It was hard work. That's how I ate, though.
I seen Johnny Cash come through.
Really?
Yep, Johnny Cash, Hickory Hollow. You remember Hickory Hollow? Hickory Hollow was the place back in the day. It was hopping more than East Fork Boat Ramp.
Were you a line runner, or I was a line runner?
Well, I was dishwasher.
I was a dishwasher.
Were you really?
Yeah.
And I got promoted to the line runner. You did line runner?
Yeah, I was a line runner too.
Did you really?
Yeah, stick your head through that little door and say, "I need mashed potatoes out here."
Yeah, man, it was. But back then, you had to drive Nashville from Smyrna to get a job.
Yeah, Mike was also the state holder for a burrito at Taco Bell. Did you ever tell you that story?
Taco Bell. Taco Bell was a promotion. Yeah, Rick Stinnett, and he got on to me making this giant burrito. He was like, I got to account for all that. It was huge. Anyways,
6 pounds,
I
wasn't it?
run into him the other day, last year. But what was your first job, Mayor?
Cleaning the meat department at HG Hills off of Charlotte Pike in West
Oh,
Nashville.
really?
Yes.
Oh, wow.
I did that too at White Stores before I went to Morrison's cafeteria.
Yeah, you go clean out the whole rotisserie, get that all cleaned up, then take apart the ground beef and clean all of the meat out of that, and
wow.
Yeah, I had a
that'll
son
make you vegetarian very quickly.
I had a son who worked at HG Hill on Nolensville Road. He said they did it in little sections. They taught you a little section at a time how to do that at a particular store. But he, they had to wear a tie back then. I remember that. High school.
Really? Okay.
Yep. I remember one time, though, I worked my whole weekend during junior high school and would save up my money to pay my little car payment to my dad on my 68 Camaro, and my whole paycheck got stolen one time. I cashed it and had it in my wallet in a locker, man. It taught me a hard lesson, man, to work 26, 28 hours that whole weekend. You sacrifice that much, But on the LPRs, you and I talked earlier. What's your thoughts on the flock cameras?
I'm going to give you some statistics. I'm all in favor of using technology to be a force multiplier to help our police, but also help our citizens. So if you look in the totality of Murfreesboro, crime has been down 3 years in a row. If you look at all crimes. But if you look at the real time,
Do you trust those numbers?
Yeah, I do.
Do you?
I do.
Why do you trust them?
We get an annual briefing, from the chief of police, his deputies and assistants, and they walk us through it. It's a very thorough brief. Actually, we get it twice a year.
Yeah.
And, it's always good to go back and look at that. Now, sometimes you may see, okay, well, there's homicide is up, but then you see that overall crime is down. But if you look at the Real-Time Crime Center statistics, okay, if you look at 2024, first year, total successes 403, 2025, 791 successes. These are like cases being cleared and things like that. Through March of this year, 652 successes. You look at total cases cleared, 202 in 24, 264 in 25, 140 through March of this year. You look at arrests generated, 87 in 2024, 175 in 2025, 129 through this year. And then the stolen vehicles have gone down each and every year because obviously of the deterrent. So I believe in
Do you think the LPRs have helped deter the car thefts?
I think LPRs have absolutely helped.
Yeah.
So it's technology. It's being leveraged to use to help our police, solve crimes and clear crimes. We had council on Thursday night. Public comments was before that. Certainly want public input. And, there's probably some ways to do it even better. And we're doing a lot of things, not a lot of things, we're doing much better than a lot of municipalities. You hear about where flock's been abused. That's been in situations, in municipalities where everybody had access to it. So Officer Mike Sparks could go and run it and look at, his ex-girlfriend, see where she's at, for example. That's not happening in Murfreesboro. There's 9 people that have access to it. There's case IDs that are associated with it. There's things we can do to make it even better, to really set the standard for the nation. That's what I'm getting at.
I don't trust government. I'll just be straight up with you, because I've seen a lot of craziness in my life, and I've seen it. I've often shared where when I was a kid, this has always stuck with me. I was 17 years old in that 68 Camaro on Todd Lane, and pulled up. Cop was directing traffic. It was just him and I looking at each other. And I just pulled up, and he just drops his hand, just give me a cold stare, just looking at me. It was like, what are you going to do? Dummy, you going to move? You going to go? I just drove left, and Ken Atkin, Ken don't remember it. Ken lives behind me. Folks don't remember Ken. He's the boxer, Ken the Bull Atkin. And he said, what'd you do? What'd you do? Like he was blowing a whistle, calling for a backup. And I said, man, the cop would not give me direction. Think about this. Now, I was a young man. Young men need direction, okay? And I said, man, he wouldn't give me direction. But here's where an advocate and a mentor, because I have my mentorship resolution. I don't think people are taking it as serious as they need to, the power of a mentor. Luckily, I had Sally Walls, first female chief in the state of Tennessee. Watched her go through the police academy, watched her never give up. I was just a kid. I took the ticket to her. I said, Sally, the cop wouldn't give me direction. You know what she said? She said, let me see a ticket. I showed a ticket. She said, dude's a bad cop. He's a bad cop. She said, you don't worry about this. I ended up preaching her funeral. And I shared that at the funeral. But what I was saying at the funeral, if I didn't have that advocate in my life, where would I have been at? Because who they going to believe? A 17-year-old kid driving a red 68 Camaro? Or are they going to believe an officer? He ended up getting fired later, probably because of Sally. So we do need audits. We do need checks and balances. But that's why the power of a mentor. Speaking of mentors, who is your mentor? Who do you give credit to?
My mentor, kind of growing up, I guess my mentor's, my high school football coach, Bob Wetzel.
Is he still around?
He's still around. He's still alive. He went blind, Coach Wetzel. But a great man, I guess, in the military.
Yeah.
In the military, Donald Price and Ron Pierce.
Really? Have you ever thanked them?
Yeah.
We don't have enough time. We'll do calls another time. Somebody's calling in, because I want to get y'all's comments on this. But the power of a mentor is something I think we dismiss. So you have thanked them?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. There's mentorship is very important when you can impact a young person's life. That's why we have boys and girls clubs.
Amen.
Because there's youth in this country that need that positive male or female role model.
Yeah. Who do you give credit to, Mayor?
Well, for me, my father was a huge part of my life. And
Yeah.
so, I mean, he instilled the values that I have today. But after I was grown, someone who really took me under their wing and is a very close friend still to this day is Thomas Broker.
Tom, yeah.
And so he set me on certain paths that I didn't even realize that have gotten me to where I am, and I'm sure there's still stuff I don't see that's
Yeah.
going on.
Yeah. You know, the Mental Hope group that we have, in fact, anybody's welcome. Well, got to be a man to go,
Yeah.
you know. It is that criteria, you know, you got to be a man. But we meet 7:30, open to everybody. And what I like about it, man, we may have a guy that served 10 years in prison. We may have a guy that's been addicted to drugs. But if you're a Christ and you're walking on the streets, that's who Christ will be talking to. He ain't gonna be talking to all the polished lawyers and politicians. He's gonna be there where the community is. But what frustrates me in our culture today is that we see the brokenness, but I don't think enough pastors speak up about the fathers and the brokenness, man. Because you look at that, you go look at the stats of a child without a father, man, it's off the charts. Addiction, suicide, mental health, and it's like I see all these lobbyists up here running around, and you know now we got taxpayer-funded lobbyists. You know that people don't even know this stuff because the media don't report on this stuff. Your tax dollars are paying for lobbyists that are making more than your representatives are. I promise you, Mayor, they're making 10 times what you're making. I promise you, they're making 20 times what you're making, brother. And what are they doing? Not one of them is even focused on this issue. Yet it's I mean, we're probably going to have to build a new state prison. It's so expensive. Nobody has a DAMN answer. Isn't that sad? They don't have an answer. Your tax dollars, and you see our country with going on $40 trillion worth of debt. You know, but I think that power, like your father, or maybe it's Tom or whoever, you know, I've had law enforcement people tell me, Mike, you can't do anything about it. I'm like, what do you mean you can't do anything? But what if our forefathers said we can't do anything about Hitler? He's too strong. You can't fight Nazi. They didn't tell that to the greatest generation.
No, they did.
And part of this is cultural because my parents, they got divorced whenever I was really young. And the thing is, my father didn't step out and just leave. My father was still active in both my sister and I's lives. Heck, through today, my father calls me every single day, and we talk. And so it is a regular occurrence. And so it's men stepping up and being men. You know, if you can father a child, you should be man enough to stick around and be a true father.
Yes. How do you legislate that, though? You know what I mean? Like John DeBerry, if you know John, we talked about some of these things, and he says, because somebody says you can't legislate morality. He says, you know, we legislate morality every time we're up here. If you think about it, you know, whether it's whatever kind of statutes or laws we're passing or whatnot. But it frustrates me when I look at my grandbabies, bless you, when I worry about the future of them, because how are they going to afford to buy a home today? You know, and that's why I'm looking at putting things in a trust where they have something, you know, and it's just really, and and y'all have been through it. You know, you lost a son, and I know you're very passionate about the youth and reaching these young people.
Well, all it takes is just one mistake. The one day you hang out with the wrong person, you make one mistake. That's all it takes.
Yes. We had a young man, my wife was crying today, a kid that she used to teach in Sunday school that passed away. They think he got into some kind of, I don't know, gas station heroin or some kind of stuff and overdosed. And but you think that one decision that young man made, he's 20 years old, look, it's like a pebble in a pond. How many people it's affected?
Yeah.
Well, on top of that, you've also got it's different from when we were all kids. You would make a mistake, you'd screw up, you'd do something, and that's the end of it. Well, we've got these nice little things now, and it stays around forever.
Yes.
It hits the internet, and it's there forever and a day.
Yes, not going away, man. But what frustrates me, we invent more laws and more laws and more laws. And then people worry about their freedoms, and I'm worried about our freedoms. I'm worried about our liberties, and that goes back on the what 120,000 flock cameras that are across the United States. So is there a happy medium? is there checks and balances in place? And do you want to talk about what you told me off the air?
Well, I think we have a very good system in Murfreesboro with a lot of safeguards, but can we make it better?
Yeah.
I think, I'm going to be in support of a warrant,
Yeah.
to go and get into that system and access it, with the exception of if it's like an Amber Alert, for example, or a kidnapping, something that requires immediate action. But if they're saying, hey, we're wanting to solve this crime, we need access to these 10 cameras because a crime was committed, you need to go get a warrant for that. And then you need to have a separate audit outside of the police auditing. You need to have the city legal department.
Yes.
And if that's not good enough, you go and hire an external auditor, or you have Kenny Barrett, the new Rutherford County Sheriff.
Yep.
He comes over and audits it.
Yeah.
But you need to put additional, I guess, checks and balances on it. I think a warrant is one of those. Glenn Jacobs mentioned, the Carpenter case.
Yeah.
If that's kind of the standard, want to access somebody's cell phone records, then, for a case, then you need a warrant. And I'll be in support of that, and I'll be in discussion with other council members regarding that.
Yes. Well, going back on, I always go back to Sally Walls, and, because I'll look like Lee Ferris. I would call Lee, hey, Lee, what about this? In fact, I just talked to him a week and a half ago about the Smyrna West Alternative School. They're needing a few supplies and things like that. I was asking him about it. But when you look at somebody like Sally, see, and go back and checks and balances, PCC. If folks don't know, what PCC was? Mm-hmm. The county got sued for $13.9 million. Where were the checks and balances there? There was no checks and balances. And here's how brazen this was. I remember Sally calling me, and she's been retired for years, and she said, Mike, because she had a family member that was on probation. She said, Mike, I gave this guy, his name was Sean. I don't know his last name. Some of the guy's last name, let me know. I'll call his last name out. And what she told me, because I know she's straight up, she said, I gave that guy $1,000 to put towards his probation fees. And she said, I got the invoice later. He got it. It was a surprise for somebody, one of her family members. And the guy just put the money in his pocket to where the checks and balances. And they had to pay out that lawsuit. So the taxpayers, if people don't think this ain't an issue they care about, your tax dollars just paid for it. And one thing about Sally, boy, I wish she was still around to ask her about these things. But, we had the young men that were arrested, the black kids that were arrested, 8 and 10 years of age. They had to settle that lawsuit. Was that $6 million?
I cannot
taxpayers
remember,
paid?
but...
But see, going back to checks and balances, where the checks and balances. Yeah. That's why you need a media there that's... And don't get me started on
That's
media.
why we now have a judicial oversight board, that meets monthly, just to talk about those youth that are actually there and what are they doing for their education and so forth. But that's a byproduct of a bad situation.
Yes.
And a lawsuit.
Yes. Got anything? I was asking a lady the other day I run into, and I said, "What's your thoughts on cameras and flock cameras?" And I think they do have their place, especially identifying stolen cars and whatnot, because we're seeing crime in Nashville. I mean, I've seen it personally in Antioch. In fact, if people don't think it's that bad, I had wrote that letter to Elon Musk about we need a tunnel to Murfreesboro, Smyrna, Laverne. Just an idea, okay? I thought when they were doing it in Nashville was crazy, okay? The car wash, I did the video. I done a Zoom call with Channel 4 at the car wash at Una, dropping the teacher off. I said, this isn't just about traffic congestion, because it could relieve traffic congestion. It's about public safety as well. So if you don't believe that this area is bad, you get some cameras rolling. You drive to Laverne and back, just the bridge right there, the Tim Tomlin Bridge. Named that bridge after Tim Tomlin. I said, you watch. You know what happened?
No.
3 days later, a cop got beat up at the same car wash I was at. A female cop gave chase for some guy that was hit and run. The female cop chased after him. My understanding is she started getting beat up, and bystanders jumped in to help her and sent him to the hospital. But it's a different world today, so I think they do have its place. We'll continue to have this discussion. We didn't take any calls because we didn't have enough time, but to get all this in there. But Mayor, you've had some success with economic development. I know we've got a few seconds left. You want to hit on some of that real quick?
Sure. We've got twinning stations moving forward, getting actually larger, and adding more retail space to it. And then Starbucks, Chase Bank have all been announced. And then we've got a few more coming down the pipeway that's coming in. The city's Retail Industrial Development Board has purchased some land from the Pirtle Estate and are moving forward with developing that out.
Yes, I'm excited. I'm glad to see Icy come in from California.
Yes.
You know, that was cool.
They've been in, and if you haven't been through there, they've got a whole wall of Ices, and they have Dippin'
Let's do
Dots
another
now.
tour.
And I can reach out
Let's
to Dan.
do another tour. I can't find I had that big Icy cup. And I can't. My wife's like, I don't know how to have the Icy cup. And look, I love that cup. Austin Maxwell, Mayor Jason Cole, appreciate y'all. Appreciate you having an opinion. Appreciate what you're doing, and we'll have more discussion on
Absolutely.
this. Folks, we'll catch up with you next week.